now we're going to cover how to fix the material. So the first thing we're going to do is on the actor entity, we're going to add a material component. Click on generate. This is going to be the new material name. So now we have a source materials, and then we're going to click on edit source material. This is going to open the material editor. So starting with Lumbermixalot 305, there is a feature that automatically unpacks or exports the textures that define the materials for the character. So when you are, let's recap a little bit about that. You know, there is this option here called unpack textures that is always enabled. So, you know, after you convert your character, during the conversion, the viewport changes into what is called a material preview mode, so you can see your character shading. And eventually, of course, you click the export FBX, and under the directory you specify, like in this case ends in actor, inside that directory is going to create a subdirectory called textures, and all of the textures that are found inside the FBX that came from Mixamo are going to be exported in there. So it's going to be very easy to define your material. So let's go back to the material selector and to the material editor, and we can see here on the asset browser there is this textures folder I talk about, and there is a diffuse, a normal, and a specular texture. So we're going to go to base color, which is the diffuse or albedo. So let's select it. So diffuse for the base color. We're going to go to normal. We click on texture and we pick the normal texture. And finally specular. So we're going to go, there is this specular reflectance, and we select the specular. There is a chance that some characters you get from Mixamo, instead of a specular, they will have a roughness texture and a metallic texture. You know, depending on what you get, that's where you're going to apply. In this case, we get the specular, and that's it. We have the three textures set up. So we're going to save, and we're gonna, now we can see on the viewport that the character is fully texturized, and we have the proper material set for it. For those who are curious also, in Blender, if you want to see technically how the material is defined in Blender, you want to go to the shading tab, and in the shading tab you're going to select on the right side here, you're going to find, for example, here's the material. You click on it, and then you're going to see the definition, and you're going to see here that the base color is connected to a texture, the specular is connected to a texture, and the normal map eventually is connected to a texture. So with Lumbermixalot, automatically those textures that are embedded in the FBX are automatically extracted. It is also called texture unpacking. So that's done for you. Otherwise, you will have to manually, with this button here, unpack each texture item. And that's it. We have a material setup.